Hello all, Alex here, welcome to the channel. So this week then I'm trying out a new camera. So I went on holiday and unfortunately I decided to swim the lazy river with my GoPro, and when I got back to check the footage, GoPro wouldn't work. So I know that the Hero 7 Black was supposed to be waterproof, but on this occasion it wasn't. So I bought a Sony ZV-1, which is a vlogging camera for the miniature painting, as well as when I go on traveling on holiday and documenting that. So hopefully this works out all right. So we'll see how it goes. So what I thought I'd do, a lot of people have been asking me for tutorials, and I've kind of steered away from it because I didn't believe that I was good enough to do tutorials when you got fabulous painters out there that do it anyway. And I kind of end up showing the end product. But I want to build the channel. I am slowly creeping up towards 1,000 subscribers. So I thought maybe I should try and do something that people have asked for. Whether it's successful or not, I don't know, but we'll give it a go. So one of the commissions I've got on my plate at the moment is 28mm German Victrix, which are lovely models. I've got a lot of work to do, and I want to get these completed by November so I can ship them to the States for the customer. So I thought I'd kind of document how I do the process. I'm not saying it's the right process. I'm not saying this is the way you should do it. It's the way I do it. So if you like it, do me a favor. If you get any enjoyment from it, hit me a like. That helps the algorithms. And if you get any enjoyment from the content, you may feel like subscribing. It's entirely up to you, and it's totally free. But here we go. We'll get to the bench and we'll have a look at what I've got to show you. So here's the sprue then. I'm going to build some of these up now. I'm doing them bit by bit because there's quite a bit of work here. So I think there's about 40 odd models for the whole job. But I need to get these completed and shipped over by November to the States, as I promised they would be done. So I'll get these clipped off the sprue. I'll get them assembled. And then I've already primed them. You can see I've primed the whole sprue, and then we'll start the painting process. Part of the uniform then, I've used German field grey. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use Grim Black on the weapons and the webbing. When it goes over on a white primer, I think it looks really good. for the tricolour camouflage, I'm going to use a very light green here to do little flicks on here. And the colour I've chosen is Vallejo model colour light green. So now we're going to put the third tricolour in, and I'm going to be using chocolate chipping from AK Interactive. And there you go. That's the end product. I mean, it looks a little bit messy at the moment, but once the wash is applied to it, it'll tie it all in nicely. So now for the satchels, I'll be using Rhinox hide from Citadel. I find this to be a good leather colour, and on the fading of the leather, I'm going to use Mornfang brown. So for the water bottles, I'm going to use Panzer Race's New Wood. So now the satchels have been painted, I'm going to put the bedroll underneath the weapons container, or the bread box as I call it, and that's going to be a light grey. So for that I'm going to use RAF medium sea grey. So for the strap, the strap on the SMG, I'm going to use a khaki. So for the belt feed of the weapons on these guys, I'm going to be using a scale 75 brass, which I find the best one.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
So to prepare the wash then, I'm going to use distilled water. I find that good for mixing, and a 50-50 mix of Agrax Earthshade and non-oil.
In time, like tears in rain.
Next one. So now I'm going to use some Vallejo diorama fix. So this is the earth texture. I like this stuff, this is good. So we're going to put that on the base. And then we're going to base up the tripod MG42 team. Okay, so kind of plan where these gonna be positioned on the base. Kind of want that one to go there, this guy to go here, so somewhere on the left hand side, and then the guy. So I'm thinking that'd be a good place for the MG42. And then this guy's gonna be kind of there. That looks about right. And then the belt feeder right next to him. Not bad. And then I'm going to need the tweezers for this. So there it is now, placed onto the base, and the acrylic has dried overnight. Quite pleased with the locations of the miniatures, and I've placed a couple of shrubs. I know Gary doesn't like shrubs, but I just think it looks a little bit better, not too sparse. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay some Mod Podge down here. I'm going to get the grass applicator out, and I'm going to put a few patches of grass around it just to finish it up. But before I do that, I'm going to paint the edge in a brown just to finish that off before I go ahead with the Mod Podge. So I put a little bit of streak and grime into the recesses of the mortar and the carry case for the mortar bombs in here. So I'm just going to tidy it up now with some white spirits. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a bit of Mod Podge and just dab it onto the base here and there, and then I'm going to use the grass applicator just to kind of raise the grass up to give it some sort of static. So it doesn't have to be set out, it's all random. Make it look as natural as you can. This is a messy old process, so I'm going to put these in a bowl just to capture the fibres of the static grass. So here is the almost finished product. Now the grass has been applied. The only step left for me to do now is to put some matte varnish on them and kind of tie it all in and protect them, which I'll do now. Now if I'm painting Warhammer 40k or anything of that sort, then at this stage I would use a satin varnish. But because I'm painting the 28mm Germans. This is the matte varnish. This is my go-to matte varnish, so this is what I like to use on here. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use the Harder and Steenbeck Ultra for this. I don't tend to use the expensive airbrush, which is the Infinity CR Plus, for doing base colours and varnishing. So I'll use the Ultra. The Ultra is brilliant for this sort of thing. So I'm fairly generous with this because these figures are going to be used for wargaming, and I want to make sure that they're protected. We'll start off with the MG42 team. It all looks gloss when it goes on, but trust me, it'll look great when make sure you get the edges. There you go, so that one's done, and we'll leave that to dry, probably about half an hour.